welcome to the 56th episode of Recluse Horror, despite the fact that yesterday I said it was the 54th episode. I was incorrect. So today is the 56th episode.
That sounds like old news.
Of Recluse Horror.
That was only yesterday? That feels like forever ago.
Tell me about it. It does. It feels like forever ago. So with me again today is Sam.
Hey.
As you may have noticed already. So just a little background on the project. Back 333 days ago, I decided I wanted to watch and review a horror movie every single day. I have done so, as I said, for the last 333 days. Although only the last 56 have been podcasts. Before that, it was text reviews. So each episode, we usually talk about 2 movies, one of which we've watched that very night, and another that I've reviewed previously in text, in which we just go over whatever impressions that we have left, aided, of course, by the text review itself. However, I'm tired. We're just going to do the one. We're just going to do the one today. So today we watched a short film called Dollface. That's one word, Dollface, from 2011. Sam, how did you like Dollface from 2011? Yeah?
Yeah. It's an for me.
I kind of liked it. I liked it actually quite a bit. This was part of one of those, what are they called? The short film contests. This particular one is called, if my phone will ever pull it up, it's called, the Producers Guild Deborah Hill Short Film Contest. It was made in 51 hours on an estimated $5,000 budget. And honestly, I thought it was incredible considering all of the circumstances around it. There's incredible locations, the makeup is good, the framing of the shots is good, the use of color is good. There's really not one technical failing in this movie, as far as I'm concerned. So the movie is basically about these two boring-ass people are playing chess on Halloween for some reason.
They're giving out candy.
They are. They're giving out candy. And someone that's dressed for Halloween comes to their door. And they're kind of freaky. And that's kind of that's how that starts. It's definitely not the whole premise, but the less you know about most short films, but definitely this one, the less you know about it, the better. So is it just the ending that you didn't like there?
There's some of the acting that isn't like. There's a time lapse in it that is super clunky.
That's true.
I was like, oh, I'm glad you said that, because otherwise I would have not known what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, they
in this movie.
That's true. They make no attempt at showing the passage of time, which there's some really easy ways they could have chosen to do that.
Anyways, it could have worked. Fading.
Yes. Well, showing a character waiting, looking at the clock. There's any number of ways they could have done that. And that's true. They do just like go to another scene.
There's little things like that. Some of the acting's a little shaky, and I get that it's like fast. Like there's probably like one takes for everything.
Yeah. 51 hours.
And the ending is like nonsensical.
I don't think the ending is nonsensical. I think the ending doesn't really explain very much. That's very true. But I don't think it's nonsense.
Then you're wrong. I'm sorry. Then you are nonsense as well. Like, the ending to this.
Shut up. You're fake news.
Fake news.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, what did you think about the locations?
The location was the best part. One of them. The other ones were just standard. There's this. Like, can I say what it is? Does it matter?
No, don't say what it is.
Oh, there's a spot in the movie that's like really cool. I don't know. It seems like something somebody found and was like, asked if they could shoot a movie there for a couple hours, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
And it's like cool in such a stupid way.
It is, but it looks genuine. Like, there's no way that you set this up. This is not a set that somebody built and
yeah, maybe they moved a few things that they wanted in the shot, but
right. but it is a found location, and it is an awesome location. I think they did a really good job of lighting it too, which is something that, like, when you're working with found locations, sometimes that can be really hard. Because you can't necessarily, if you're not building it from scratch, you can't build in good, easy places for lights to go. I think it was aided by the fact that this particular place did seem to have high ceilings, so they probably could have hid some of the lighting in that manner. But that's, again, that just, credits their keen eye for a good location. I didn't find much of the acting to be very bad. There's a couple of very brief moments. It's a little over, it's like 7.5 minutes, I want to say. This movie, what's it called? The length of the movie is. I didn't really find much of the acting too abrasive, especially for, one of those, time limit short films that they do. What did you think about the rest of the story or the rest of the movie beyond the ending?
It was fine, and it was passable, The thing is, it just is there to set up the end, it's there to make them go somewhere and do something. Mm-hmm. And then they do, and it's not where you wanted it to go. It's not anywhere that even makes any sense. I guess. And I could talk about why it doesn't if you want after the podcast, but it's just like... It's just like, things happened. Okay. Our 7 minutes is up. Yeah. That was our 7. Good night, everybody. I hope that made sense. Oh, it didn't? Shit.
Yeah. See, I don't find... There's nothing about it specifically that I find doesn't make any sense. There's definitely a couple of things that you could kind of say,
like... I could be like, why did any of this happen?
Oh, that is a very good question, but that's the same thing to be said of any short film or any horror film.
Some more than others. This one, there's way more like, why did this happen? Why did they do this? Why are they doing this? Why is this a thing?
Yeah, but, I mean, you can question the motives of anybody in any movie and get to that same place, I think. I do get what you're saying, though.
It's just, like, too many. They're just asking too much.
Too much suspension of disbelief for you?
Yeah, because there's just too many. There's like, okay, so it's not even like, okay, so this happened. That's the big question. Why did that happen? Okay, the movie's over. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so this happened. Why did this happen? Oh, there's another thing that happened. Oh, why did that happen? Oh, wait, why? Why does this end?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of see what you're saying with that. What did you think about the makeup in the movie?
It was fine. It wasn't anything special.
I thought it was really good for a $5,000 movie.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's okay.
What did you think about Roma Mafia being in the movie?
It's weird. Is that what you wanted me to say?
So, Roma Mafia is an actor. She's been in a ton of stuff. She's like a real actor who's been in real, like, Hollywood movies. Do you want to pull up which movies she's been in?
No, but she's been in a bunch of stuff. I could. So
many things.
But she's a character actor. Yeah. So she's, like, a bunch of small parts in a bunch of movies. I know her best from The Lawyer in Holes.
Oh, that's right. She is the lawyer in Holes.
That's what I know her the best from, because that's me. She was in
Chicago Hope,
Disclosure.
Oh yeah, Disclosure.
Nick of Time.
Bunch
Eraser,
of thrillers. Yeah.
Wings, Kiss the Girls.
And these are not small parts. Most Jeopardy.
Of them. They're usually like, not the main, but like
they're usually plot device characters. They're like character
give
characters.
Information, yeah,
yeah. But they're big, and you know she does well in them. I would say she did really well in this as well. It was just interesting. She must have been involved with that short film project in some way, and they threw her onto this one. I'm not sure exactly how this particular one works. Sometimes they'll do that thing where, like, everybody who wants to be in, you don't get to necessarily pick a team. They just put you all together. And maybe she felt like doing a short film, so she ended up in this. I thought she did a really good job, but she always does. I've never seen her really where I felt like I didn't buy what she was trying to sell me. Mm-hmm. Were there any other actors or anything that you wanted to talk about, or maybe the director?
I didn't look up the director, but this
Kimberly Atkinson.
She's been in some things.
Oh, yeah, it does look like she's been in a bunch of stuff I've never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solo, the series. Criminal Minds, she was in an episode of. True Blood. True Blood, she was in an episode of. Let's see. I don't remember that. Wild Things 2.
I should know her from that.
You should know her from that. I never saw either of those. Are there more than 2? Wild Things?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
And then,
Nick Holmes.
He's in stuff I've seen. I don't know who the fuck he is in any of these things, but...
Yeah.
I didn't see Dog Cop, but I should have.
Oh, Super. He plays someone named Jim in Super. That's that superhero movie with Rainn Wilson. Parks and Recreation, he played someone named Stirp for one episode. Guardians of the Galaxy, he's Horus' mate. Don't know who that is.
I don't know who Horus is, let alone his mate.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He's been in stuff, though.
Yeah, he's been in stuff, though. Like I said, I felt like everybody did pretty fine, mostly. I mean, there's a couple of moments, but, you know, you don't get time for second takes, then sometimes stuff is going to seem a little unbelievable. No, she hasn't been in anything since that. That was the last thing she was in. This other actor who was in this, that's all.
I look at the director.
Okay, yeah. So the director's name is Colin Campbell. Looks like he's done a bunch of work on shorts. None of them I've heard of, but that's not totally surprising. He also worked on a TV series called Deal Breakers. Like Deal Breakers?
With Liz Lemon?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. No, that can't be true.
It's not that one. A lot of shorts, mostly.
Yeah, it's mostly shorts. He did a movie called Guido. He directed a movie called Guido. Charming. Right before this Dollface. Before this short.
Yeah, I don't know. Not much. So.
Yeah. But honestly, like, I think there's talent in pretty much every aspect of this movie. Definitely the ending can leave a bit to be desired and definitely a ton of questions, but I think it's again, you know, our difference of opinion seems to stem from like how well we were able to suspend our disbelief. I think some people will find these questions really irritating and nagging. I personally kind of didn't. I would like to have seen a sequel or some kind of follow-up on this one, which it doesn't appear to have gotten, which is kind of a shame. But I did really like this one personally. Again, makeup very good, lighting, location is amazing. That's really the highlight. The location really is unique. And yeah, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about it or say about it?
This one's gonna be a nah for me, dog.
Okay, Sam.
I'm gonna have to pass on it.
You know, I think that's the first time you've ever said that on the podcast.
Nah, I'm gonna have to pass on it, dog.
Sam says that to me all the time.
Nah, dog, I never say that. I'm gonna have to pass on this one, though.
Sam, you're peeking the mic.
Don't care. Nah, dog, I'm not. Pass. Pass.
Pass.
No, it was okay. Just those few things just bug me really bad.
I think some people they would and some people they wouldn't.
I think a lot of people it would.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just because I had no expectations going into it.
I didn't either. I didn't expect anything from the short film.
I know that you didn't. I know that you didn't expect anything going into the short film, but like I think if I had high hopes for this, then I would have been just as disappointed as you had been. Or if I had even had like, oh, this will probably be good going into it, then I probably would have been like, this doesn't meet my expectations.
I actually don't even think it's that bad. The end just is like...
I know you were really bugged by that end.
Anything good it built up, it kind of got rid of for me.
By not continuing on.
Yeah, it kind of outweighs it, you know, or even equally weighs it. So it's like, yeah, there's some very cool stuff in here, but it doesn't make any sense, kind of. Well, you know, it makes its own sense. There's just like a lot of unanswered questions, but so many questions. There's so many questions. It's like, what is this, a question movie?
There are a lot of questions.
So that just kind of bugs
Comrade Questions, Samuel?
Yeah, I guess so. Sam. It just bugs me a little in that way.
Samuel's Comrade Questions.
I
know. Okay, so, well, I guess, is that all you had to say?
It's only 7 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
We've probably talked about 15.
Yeah, probably. We always talk longer than the short film that we're talking about. It's not right if you don't discuss it longer. At least 2 or 3 times longer than the actual film itself.
It only took us 50 hours to record this podcast. So don't be mad that it sucks.
Because we did it in only 50 hours. It's 51 hours, Samuel. Okay, so that's our review of Dollhouse from 2000. Dollhouse. Sorry, I have Dollhouse on the brain. I want to watch Dollhouse so bad again.
No one seen that or know what you're talking about.
It's a Joss Whedon show.
Except for members of the. What's her name? Dushku.
Oh, Eliza Dushku. Yeah.
Fan club.
Yeah.
They're the only ones.
Hey, it's got Alan Tudyk. It's got a bunch of people in it. It's great. It's fantastic. If you didn't watch Dollhouse when it was on TV and airing and stuff, then I hate you. Because they canceled it, basically, and had to wrap up this second season super quickly and tie up a bunch of loose ends that were in the middle of a plot thread. Anyway, so that's our review of Dollface from 2011. And that's our show today. If you enjoyed me yelling at you for not watching a TV show you never heard of, then you can share this with someone.
Boy, am I used to that.
You can share this with someone you love or someone that you think would enjoy the show. That's really the best way to help out the podcast. If you have found us on a platform that you don't enjoy, or if you want to share it with someone who has a different platform than you can find us on YouTube, Player FM, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, and pretty much any podcatcher out there. If you would like to reach out and interact with us on social media, you can do so on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also email me asking me why the fuck do I care about some show from 1,000 years ago enough to be mad at you about it for not watching it. You can send me an email at reclusehorror@gmail.com. Yeah. It's just one of many of Joss Whedon's shows that somehow gets canceled before its time. The only one that ever made it, really to the end in a way that was satisfactory was Buffy. So there you go. Sam, what is your rating for Dollface?
I don't know. You go first.
I give this one 8 questions.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I rate it.
I give this 8 unanswers. Unanswers.
8 unanswers. Okay. I thought you might go with 8 ceiling chairs.
8 unanswers.
8.
A room full of junk. One room full of junk. All right, thanks for listening to the podcast. We're 2 people who say stupid things and expect somebody else to listen to it.
Hey, 2 people
Have
do.
A good.
My friend and your mom.
We're doing it.
Our friend and your mom. We are doing it.
We're doing it.
We are doing it. Hi, friend and mom again.
That's how all the greatest empires were built. I'm pretty sure that's how Coca-Cola was made.
My mom thinks my soda's great.
Yeah, so does my one friend.
So does my one friend. All right. Sam, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.